Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality news, reality news, celebrity news. I don't even know if there is any. Reality TV, which is going to be Southern Hospitality, episodes 4, 5, and 6 today. And of course, today's Jeff Lewis Live. So, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I see the comments over there, and y'all have already hit the like button and the subscribe button. Y'all are tapping the screen over on TikTok. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, Wendy is joining first on her very first Instagram Live. Shout out. My contact, as y'all know, likes to give me a little bit of problems sometimes. And today it is acting blurry. So I hope the screen isn't blurry. I hope it's just my right contact. Anyways, how are you? It is freezing here today. And I don't just mean freezing. I mean, it was literally 28 degrees when I had to drive my car back to my mechanic because, I don't know. Y'all know I had like $3,000 worth of work done a couple months ago. I'm not even sure what that was. They just said it was like normal maintenance when your car's almost at 100,000 miles. So now it's at 100,600 miles or something. And it was making like a noise when I kind of went over tiny bumps. And I was like, oh my God, is it, something falling out? It was some link that they had switched out last time. And so it sounds like something that was their fault. But then they said I needed new. And then I said, well, my brakes are squeaking a little bit because the guy in front of me that was dropping off his police car was like, well, every once in a while it's squeaking. And I'm like, oh, yeah, my brakes are doing that too when I back up. So y'all said YouTube is blurry. Oh, well, it's going to have to stay that way. I don't know what to do about it. Anyways, okay. Don't know. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. You'll just get me a little bit blurry today. Oh, well, maybe I'll look prettier. Maybe it's not the contact. Maybe it really is blurry. Anyways. So they call me, it's $650 worth of work. So at least my car is done. I'll have it back, but so annoying, but it was so cold going to drop it off. Anyways, what else? Y'all are so curious. This medicine that helps me go poo. So if you've never had problems going poop, number 2, potty, whatever you want to call it, I have had it my whole life, but nobody ever talked about poop issues, right? It's kind of one of those things that you either just have and you think it's normal. Well, I knew in my 20s maybe that it wasn't normal, that I don't poop as often as other people, but it never really bothered me. It wasn't debilitating. It wasn't like any medical issues, uncomfortable, nothing like that. It was just my norm. But anyways, long story short, all the pregnancies I had, gaining weight is not my friend, especially in that area. Okay. Just think vein issues. I tend to have vein issues that all kind of go together. I know. So anyways, I went on this again after I got the prescription, at least in December when I had my third colonoscopy. And I was so happy to pick it up because it was only $35. I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad, because this prescription used to be $312 a month for me for a 30 days supply after insurance. So after a while, years ago, I was like, you know what, I'm going to quit taking this. It's causes problems one extreme or another, if you catch my drift, like going potty out your butthole. But at least I was going potty, right? So anyways, long story short, I go to renew it now that I'm on the weight loss medication shot, because that's a big issue, is having bowel obstruction, things like that. So I thought, you know what, I want to go back on that medicine. I do have IBS-C, which is IBS with constipation. I go to pick it up yesterday for a 90-day supply, because that's what our insurance requires. $1,262 after my insurance was applied and after the coupon was applied that my pharmacy suggested I get. Now that's a 90-day supply, so that is 3 months, but it is more than the $312 that it used to be. There is no generic for this. So if anyone knows another option, and don't say Metamucil, don't say, oh, I take this pill. I'm extreme. Nothing I do is normal, and I'm very extreme. So when I tell you it is normal for me to go 6 days without going potty, I mean, that is normal, but it is not good. I don't feel bad, but I know medically that can't be good. Although my GI doctor's like, "Well, that's just normal for you." No, that doesn't feel normal. Anyway, so that's the medicine that y'all are so curious about, Linzess. So when you see those commercials that say, "Oh, check out this coupon," no, $1,262 for a 90-day supply. So that's crazy. No, I checked GoodRx because a Chumpette reminded me of that, and so I looked that up, but it was $1,700. Yes, through my pharmacy, $1,700. So, anyways, I'm not about getting stuff from other countries. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not into that. I don't know. I'll stick with the US just because it seems, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it probably is cheaper. Wow. Yvonne Gal says she was paying $550 a month. I gave it up. Okay, DM me, Yvonne Gal. Is anything else helping? Or put it in, put it in comments here. Everybody poops. That's the thing. I've been talking about pooping for so long because it's such a major issue for me. And I have drastic issues when I gain weight, pregnancy, and just Google. Well, don't even do it. Don't even Google it. If you've ever heard of a thrombosed hemorrhoid, let's just say it will literally take your breath away. I've had it multiple times for each pregnancy. Yeah. I won't be trying the fermented plum. I don't think I can get through that. But I also, like I said, things are not normal for me. So things that normally work for other people just don't work for me. Okay, Michael Riley says, I read the book, Everybody Poops. Isn't that a kid's book, though? I think I read that to my kindergartners. Anyways. Okay, let's get into Southern Hospitalities, episodes 4, 5, and 6. Hope y'all are having fantastic weather wherever you are. Y'all are all sending me all the cold weather that y'all are having. And I know a lot of y'all deal with a lot colder than 38 or 32 and 28 that we've had the last couple of days, but I am ready for some warm weather for sure. Just like they're having in July in Las Vegas on Southern Hospitality. So if you're not watching this show and you didn't watch it, start with season 3. I promise you, Andy Cohen did not do us wrong this time, and he is right. You can absolutely start this show with not having any idea who these people are. It might take you a while, especially the names. Some of them are very unique. There's a girl named Lake. Yes. There's a guy named Michaels, Michols. There's a Maddie, Maddi. There's a TJ. There's a Bradley. There's a Joe Bradley. I mean, it's a little much. Okay, so episode 4, we already recapped the first 3. Continues her birthday celebration at the lake. They come at Emmy at dinner. Okay, so Emmy is the one dating Will, the law student, for like 3 years. I mean, let's be clear. This is a big group mess. Like, they've all had crushes on each other. They've kissed each other. They've dated. They don't know if they're gay, if they're straight, if they're bi. I mean, it's very similar to Vanderpump Rules, okay? But Emmy and Will have a 3-year relationship, and he has on more than one occasion, in a drunken stupor, said some really rude things about his girlfriend. Now, as you know, when you're drunk, that's often your honest truth, right? So, she's like, I knew about this. They come at her concerned, but I have to tell you, they're at the lake at dinner, on the lake at dinner, and it seems a little produced. Like, I was so excited for episodes 1, 2, and 3 because I was like, yes, this actually really is good. It's giving me my Vanderpump Rules fix for sure. It does seem like TJ, he definitely wants to get in the mix and get his airtime. It does seem like a little bit produced. Like they wanted to, let's have this dinner and immediately come at Emmy. She immediately gets up and she's dramatic. She's like, I'm leaving. I can't be here with these people. So, but the gist of it is they all want to tell her, look, he has said these awful things about you. We think you need to know this. He's saying you're anorexic. He's saying you work out all the time. He's saying you're not his priority. You're not his end game. Whereas all Emmy can think of is when Will is done with law school, I want to, be filled with his babies, and be his wife. So she's like, look, I knew he told me that. I'm okay with it. I think he made a mistake. We all make mistakes, what have you. So the guys on this show are so emotional. I mean, I might have seen them all cry. I'm not convinced any of them are straight. The ones that we know are out and gay are TJ, Michaels. Are they the only ones? I feel like Bradley might twinkle in some things with boys. TJ, I'm sorry, TJ has a story of being in bed with Joe Bradley, and Joe Bradley doesn't deny it. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, although he claims to be in love with Maddie. Lake is the only one that's been honest, at least besides TJ and Michaels, saying that she kind of is in love with everybody. Like she's just open to anything and everything. She's trying to get with Bradley. Bradley's trying to, whatever. Okay. So then they get into a friend drama. So then TJ and Joe Bradley used to be besties. Well, I was watching the Watch What Happens Live whenever it came out or whenever Countess Luann was flirting with Joe Bradley, and they did end up in bed together apparently, and he had a girlfriend, Danielle, at the time. So TJ was kind of upset with him for some other things, but he was basically upset that he lies and kind of gets away with these things, right? So TJ has kind of been okay. Like he blocked Joe. Joe said some really mean rage text to him. But at the end of the day, Joe Bradley is dating Maddie, who is BFFs with TJ. Are y'all following me? Y'all better be watching this, right? Yes, very, very coddled. Southern Belle says, I think those boys were very coddled as kids. Are all of these adults rich? Do they all come from wealth? Is it very like Southern Charm-ish? Like because I haven't watched seasons 1 and 2, I don't know how much money these people have. All I know is, they're full-time employees at a bar restaurant, which is fine, but I'm like, do they have other money, as we're seeing, you know what I mean? TJ definitely causes a lot of drama, Cecily says. But I think he's good for TV, right? Like he's, for sure. Okay, so they arrange it. Maddie arranges it where Joe Bradley and TJ get together and have this talk. It's super tense. That is where Joe admitted, hey, I know I was in your bed a few years ago. I was super blackout drunk. I might have touched you. I might have thought you were my girlfriend in the bed. Now, I don't know. Does his girlfriend have a wiener? Because I think TJ is protecting Joe Bradley by not telling us exactly what happened. But I think he just felt, like he said, he felt like all these other straight men that he had either been with or had experiences with that then go on to deny it. And then he's left going, well, what was that? I thought we had a thing. I thought you liked me, whatever. And it was just a straight guy, like, using him. And so I think he felt that from Joe because he's obviously told Joe, look, I'm actually in love with you. Like, I don't want to just be friends. I'm actually in love with you. Yeah, I know you're in love with Maddie, you suppose, but anyways, so it ends that major cliffhanger, right? Then we get to episode 5. So, I really want Emmy and Will to work things out. But I think that's because I didn't watch seasons 1 and 2, and I don't really know what a dipshit he is. He is reminding me a lot of that whole Murdaugh case, the case in South Carolina or wherever it was, all the Murdaugh trials, the dad, the son, the mom, just, his attitude, the fact that he's in law school. I don't know. It's just cocky. I don't know. He's just reminding me a lot of that. So Emmy is still upset over how rude they were to her and like coming at her in her relationship with Will. So she does what they call a no call, no show, which I guess means, I guess in the bar restaurant world is no call. You didn't call in and you didn't show up for work. So she gets written up for that, what have you. But the thing is, she's like on a date with Will, all dressed up to a nines, going to a nice restaurant, posting all over Instagram. And then the cameras didn't catch it, but she and Will walk right past the restaurant Republic when on the night she's supposed to be working. So then they're all up in a tizzy over that, what have you. She gets written up by it, by Michaels, what have you. TJ is gonna start a Sir Wiener's hot dog cart with his own money. Not real sure where that's gonna go. I think he's invested like $15,000 on that. I don't know. It seems, yeah. Oh, it is. Okay, where are my keys? Says, yeah, the Murdochs or whatever they called it. We're super close to Charleston, so no surprise you see the similar. Doesn't he just look like him? Like there's a hint of redhead in Will. The Murdoch boys were all redheads. The dad was a redhead. I mean, just the cocky. I don't know. It's just Will is coming off as this "don't touch me" kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like my shit doesn't stink kind of guy. I don't know. Like I can go cheat on Emmy at law school and she'll never find out. Well, you're on a reality TV show. You're on Bravo. Like Bravo fans, as we'll talk about with Jeff Lewis Live later, Bravo fans are pretty darn intense, right? Like they are looking into everything. So anyways, okay. I don't know if Will cheated on Emmy or not. I'm assuming I'm still on episode 6. I did finish that. That's where we get to Las Vegas. This is what y'all been warning me about. So as we know, Michael Beck is the showrunner, executive producer, I don't know what you call it, of this season of Southern Hospitality. So a lot of people are saying it's really good because of him. So let's give him credit. But y'all were telling me he had connections because Southern Hospitality went to Las Vegas and went to Resorts World. So he might have been the connection that they had there when he and Jeff were planning ChumpCon, right? So they go to this thing. I guess Maddie's a DJ, which at this point in life, I'm kind of thinking I could be a freaking DJ. I mean, does it seem like everyone has become a DJ and like making millions? Like if I wasn't old and crabby and didn't want to, wear headphones and stay out till 3 a.m, I think I could go and do this. And I don't know. I mean, it would all be Madonna, but I don't know how crazy it would be. So Maddie Reese has this huge DJ gig in Las Vegas. Her boyfriend, Joe Bradley, is so her hype guy. I mean, if you want a guy that is in love with you and maybe in love with TJ too, we're not real sure. Joe Bradley is your guy. I mean, he is the hype guy. He's so excited. I mean, he reminds me, kind of like a Tom Sandoval. Now hear me out in a good way. Like Tom Sandoval at the end of the day, I think really did want good things for Ariana. Anyways, we could argue that forever. He reminds me of somebody. I just can't put my finger on it. Anyways, okay. TJ being super shady and a liar. He gets caught in a lie, but not quite yet. So at that dinner table, Austin, who I still can't really figure out where he's at in this whole friend group. Like, has he dated people? Is he gonna date somebody? Like, does Austin does. So Austin does work at Republic, but I feel like he used to work somewhere else, right? So they're talking about Mia, this girl that we haven't seen very much because she's away trying to be a pageant queen that her mom was. And Austin actually says about Mia, she's gross. And then we later hear the reason he says that. TJ goes and tells her, and Bradley kind of doesn't disagree that he called her an effing B. Very different. She's gross and calling Mia an effing B. Like very, very different. So of course Mia confronts them at dinner at Las Vegas, and he's like, that doesn't sound like something I would say, but if I called you an F and B, I really apologize because nobody deserves to be called that. And she's like, well, thank you for apologizing. Now the editors all go back and even ask TJ, did you hear him say that? Because what he really said was she's gross. And he goes, well, same difference, right? I mean, no, it's not the same difference. Like, No, not at all. And I think when this all comes out, like at the reunion, we're going to see that's not what he called her at all. And, she'll probably, maybe TJ will apologize. I don't really know. Okay. So where I left off, Maddie is getting super nervous. She's ready to do her big, day pool, which is probably the pool. I'm assuming they only have one. I'm assuming this is the place. We're getting a preview of where you chumps are going to be at ChumpCon for the pool party that Joey Zalzik is going to host, right? So Grace Lily, and I really need to dive into more of her. Like, I don't know if she's drugged up all the time, if she's just super like cool. I can't figure her out. But the thing is, they show her asleep, like sleeping through the sound check and all this stuff because she's supposed to perform with her bestie, Maddie Reese, and yet she's sound asleep. Okay, y'all. This is not my first reality TV show to watch. She's sound asleep in the bed at the hotel, yet there's at least one TV camera in the hotel room with her. So make it make sense. Like somebody got up, opened the door. I'm assuming production doesn't have a key to their door. I don't know. It was just, you can't fake it. Like, seriously, this isn't my first time on reality TV show. So it ends. I am assuming she's going to end up showing up, but that is season. I need to watch episode 7. I think there's 11 and then the reunion. So I am super. Is Southern Charm is on now, right? Lisa says, Shep is pretty gross to me. And look at the face when the new girl left him in his room alone. Priceless. Oh, Luna, you went out? Hold on. Let me let my Luna out. Why are you in here if you went out? What are you here? You must hear something. Go. Usually she's right happy at my feet, but she must have heard something better, like an Amazon delivery or something. I think we all thought Shep was pretty cool until all that video and all the stories came out about him being super drunk at BravoCon last time. But Andy Cohen still loves him. Andy Cohen loves him. He loves Austin. He loves Craig. I don't know. I think we all love a little bit more of Craig after whatever's coming out with the Paige and Craig breakup. I think she's going to end up looking much worse than Craig. And I think she always tried to make Craig look worse than her. So I'm curious your thoughts on the whole Paige and Grace thing, Paige and Craig thing. Yeah, I can't figure her out. Mama Judy says Grace. I mean, I love the name Grace Lily. Grace Lily is weird. She seems strung out. Well, but she must do mushroom. I mean, she does all the Oswego or what's that word? Osceoga? No, Oswego, whatever she taught. Whatever the mushrooms thing of it all that's so hip and popular. And she was talking, she talked to God and all this stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's chat today's Jeff Lewis Live. He announced a brand new chump that is going to be at ChumpCon. Okay. Today, Kiki Monique was on with Zach Noe Tower. She is really famous, not just from reality watercolor. Nobody's famous from reality watercolor. She is not just famous from reality check. She is very famous on social media as Talk of Shame. So she does a lot of videos. She kind of recaps shows, all that kind of thing. And she's very big on there. So I think she's been on before, right? Maybe once. Yes. Wait, Cecily, you knew that Craig and Paige broke up, right? Are you asking me? Yeah. Oh, Mama Judy says, I'm Team Craig too. I've never liked Paige. Something about her. I didn't like how she always made him seem like a loser in life. And I think it's cute that he sews pillows. So, hi, Awaska. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Awaska. That's how you spell it? See, I've never even seen that word. Never even seen it. Ooh, you know what? Maybe there's not a huge Paige fandom that I thought there was. Y'all are all being, Krista says Paige is cunning and calculating. Craig was an easy mark. Yeah, but don't you feel like it's coming out now with the whole breakup? And, he was on that Watch What Happens Live when they'd apparently been broken up for 2 weeks and he didn't say anything because I think she said she wanted them to get to the holidays and everything. You know what I mean? Yeah, Southern Belle says Paige was not really into Craig, not surprised. Well, neither one of them were gonna move, right? They lived in different states. Neither one of them were gonna move. Okay, they start off, Jeff, of course, teasing Zach Noe Towers about still being an Invisalign and hearing the lisp from wearing the thing from Invisalign. I do not want to know why my video is delayed. See how it's not on TikTok, not on my Instagram, but on YouTube. Something is delayed with it. It's showing my camera really slow for some reason. It's driving me nuts. Okay, but Jeff, I thought, so don't forget, a couple years ago, Jeff spent $53,000 getting his little teeth all nubbed down to get veneers, full veneers, tops, bottoms, backs, fronts, everything. So why would you still have, your teeth can still move? Like if I'm spending $53,000 on my teeth, I don't want to floss. I barely want to have to brush them. Maybe the tongue, obviously, swish around some mouthwash, but I don't think I should have to be flossing like he does nonstop. I darn sure don't want to wear Invisalign every night, like a retainer. You know what I mean? Somebody tell me. I knew Mama Judy's husband was a dentist, not an orthodontist, but I'm just curious if she knows anything about that. Really? I would think, Tiffany Chumps, oh, you definitely still have to floss no matter how much you spend on your teeth. I guess I thought with veneers, there was no, like you couldn't put your finger between the teeth. I thought it maybe looked like there was a space between the teeth to floss, but I would like to think I wasn't going to have steak in my teeth. I wasn't going to have, asparagus in my teeth or a piece of lettuce. If I spend $53,000 on my teeth, I don't want to have to worry about them moving. I don't want to have to color them, whiten my teeth. I don't want to have to floss them. Like it's crazy. Yeah, I know if you guys, you still have to do everything like real teeth. I mean, Lauren, Jeff should have gotten a deal then. I mean, $53,000. Mine don't get stuck in my gums. Mine get stuck in my teeth. Tiffany Chump says food gets caught in your gums, and if it stays there, it can inflame your gums, which will make your gums receded and make your breath stink. Okay, again, I think for 53 grand, that should be all fixed. Like maybe even fake gums. I don't know. At 53,000 is a lot of money. Okay. Did y'all hear the spiciness of Zach Noe Towers? Like, is this his, like, it was like he and Jeff had this little punching bag going back and forth. And I'm not used to Zach Noe Towers kind of having like digs at Jeff. So he talks about Taylor Tomlinson, which is interesting. I don't even know. I've seen her comedy, like maybe some TikToks or something. A friend is super into her, and we are actually going to go see her for her birthday, a big group of us. So that'll be fun, but it won't be, Zach Noe Towers definitely won't be opening for her because it's the same weekend as ChumpCon. So anyways, I've already seen Zach Noe Towers, and I agreed with the caller that called in that he is funny. He is so fun to see in real life, in comedy. And I would agree, at least half the people, when we went there was like 6 or 8 of us, that a Houston group of us Chumpettes got together and went and saw him. But there were definitely other people that were like screaming out, "I'm a chump." So there was definitely, I don't even know how many people were there. Maybe 50 to 80. I'm really bad at counting because it's so hard whenever you have this big, comedy store. But anyways, love that she takes care of him and lets him fly first class and all that kind of stuff. I did think it was interesting that Kiki made it pretty clear that her and LaKendra Tukes weren't really friends. She's like, we're friends on social media. We met here. I guess I thought they're in the same business. I would think they would know each other a little more. But Kiki seems a little more like just her end game. Like, my goal is to be on TV more, radio more, whatever. Like, she's really got a professional plan. Not that LaKendra does, and I'm sure she has obviously a professional plan, but her professional plan wasn't to be let go from Radio Andy, right? But Jeff's trying to make a big deal about that and like kind of make some beef between Kiki and LaKendra for her like taking over her gigs. But I'm like, at the end of the day, it's a paycheck, and that's kind of what they're all looking for, is to keep growing and be on, reality checked more, keep being on other stuff. Yeah, Tiffany Chump said they never really worked together at all because they worked on different days. So in after Amy Phillips left, which RIP, I loved her and Jameson and what they call them, the butterfly group, what they call them, the flutters. I loved Alyssa and Jameson being able to chime in more with Amy Phillips. But after she left, they had this kind of trial error where they were trying all different sorts of people. And now they've landed on 2 or 3 different people on a week. So I don't really listen to it anymore. I really listened for Amy Phillips and Jameson and Alyssa, obviously. But it does sound like with them, they were almost it's almost innately competitive because you're on different days of the same show. So it's almost like they were all like, I wonder if my ratings were better than Tuesday's ratings. I wonder if being on a Friday was better than being on a Tuesday. Like, I don't know how all of that works. You know what I mean? Wait, what? Your upper traps look so very tight. Are you holding tension there? I don't think so. Is this a trap? I have no idea what that means. Nope. Just from Body Pump, I guess. Anyways, I did think that was interesting, but she was not going down the trap of Jeff trying to make there some drama there. Okay, so they did talk about Monroe in the pink eye again. So clearly she went to school yesterday. So what is today? We know that he told us on Monday that she had pink eye over the weekend. Well, I don't remember. My kids have definitely had pink eye, and you get that little $80 tiny little bottle of prescription. Because there's a pink eye, I think, conjunctivitis. Am I saying this right as if I'm a medical person? There's 2 eye things, right? And I did see the gunk coming out of Caroline Stanberry's eye on TikTok last night too. There's one that's kind of just an eye goop, whatever. And then there's pink eye that is contagious that I think you need the antibiotic to clear it up for. So when he said it on Monday, I assumed, Gage already took her to the doctor. She started on the pink eye. I don't remember how often how do you have to be on it for like 24 to 48 hours? Like, even as an elementary school teacher, I don't necessarily remember my parents giving me a medical note for like how long their kid was going to be out if they had pink eye. I don't really think we had pink eye go around a lot. I don't really know. Anyways, but he's like joking about sending her to school with pink eye, and I don't know. Gage is not gonna like that one bit because a private school, rich parents, administration. She's 8 now, so when people hear, "Oh, you've been at school with pink eye," they're gonna be pissed. I mean, the kids at that point are gonna start giving her the side eye, if you will. Anyways, okay, so the chump that Jeff is hiring is Ryan Bailey. So he added him. So I'm assuming that meant more tickets sold. He did give some kind of number the other day, some kind of indication of how much tickets or how many VVIPs or how many VIPs had to sell before he could add another chump. So Ryan Bailey was on, I think, Monday. So he got the call last night. He said there's 18 total now. I did start recording it, but I didn't record it in time. So the video of the audio, I guess, of my screen of him recording saying how many chumps and which ones are there is on the Sarah from Texas Facebook group, but I don't remember who was first or second. I did miss a couple. I'm sure it's Jeff. I'm sure it's Shane. I think I started off halfway through when he said Doug Buden. You know what I mean? Yes. Krista says Ryan Bailey is a win. He's super good with fans. He comes with his own set of fans, which is good because people will want to go see ChumpCon because they were, what does Ryan Bailey call his people? He's got a name. I can't think of what they are. But anyways, whatever his group of fans is called, he's got that big group existing. And then he's had huge fans from coming on. Do you think he's going to get to 20 though? He wants to. It's less than 2 months away. I mean, the way I see it says 4 more to complete the 20. I mean, obviously his goal was to have hire 25 people, but I think 20, he said, is going to be around his goal. And I think he said they're at 18 now. He does have thick thighs. Tiffany Chump said he did a great job at the last show. He was a little shaky. What do you mean? Was he on the stage like shaky, like nervous, like his leg twitches a lot? It says his thighs are so thick, I couldn't stop staring. And then she gave heart eyes. Well, he said he was number 16, but then he said, I think that's 18. I just don't think he's counting himself and Shane. I don't know. Because maybe Shane's not exactly, well, it is a weekend. I don't know. I'm more, okay. Y'all were getting in my comments last night, or my DM, sorry, saying what's up with Kristen Tateman, that some of y'all thought Kristen Tateman is the one that, and I said, no. I said, I feel like I've talked to Kristen Tateman a little more, well, a lot more than MJ. I don't feel like she would overstep that boundary with Jeff and make him feel uncomfortable and be the complainer, and especially about price. But also somebody said she hasn't been on in a while. Well, she's on tomorrow. But guess who she's on with? And guess who's not on with him? So Jamie Kennedy is always with MJ. MJ is not on tomorrow. It's Kristen Tateman on with Jamie Kennedy. So y'all are, every day, y'all are more and more convincing me that she is probably the one, which is going to make things very interesting between her and Reza, because Reza definitely has an in. He has proved that he is at Jeff's beck and call. He has come in a couple of times when Jeff needed a last minute replacement. Like, he has shown up. Jeff loves that, and Reza is loving it. I don't really know that Reza really works in real estate anymore, but he seems to be able to move his schedule around a lot if he is, you know what I mean? D. Dot says Jeff is a mean, big person. What do you mean big? He's 196 pounds and doesn't have a filter for his harsh and despairingly words. Despairingly words. I don't know what that means. Using too big of vocabulary. Nick James says, I just don't see her being friends with Kelly Dodd. That's what throws me. Who? Kelly Dodd. Oh, because whoever it is the one he said complained to Michael Beck. Who else? They said whoever it is, they complained to Michael Beck, Kelly Dodd, and feel like it's somebody else. That doesn't mean they're friends, though. It could have been somebody that she complained about at somebody else. You know what I mean? Lisa, bringing it in. Wait, hold on. Where did she say that? Where did it say that? Lisa said, I'm sad. I really liked the Jeff and MJ friendship. Well, you're a unicorn, because lots of comments in my DMs are saying they're okay that she is not there. Tiffany Chump said, they said that Ryan yes, he had a lot of, that Ryan researched and had so many questions and cards prepared for the last show that he had so many left over that he could probably use them for 1 or 2 more shows. Exactly. And I think Jeff sees that as professional showing up, whether or not they asked all those questions or not. I think he loves that. But also, he's a huge Bravo fan. Like, he's not just doing this. Like, he's literally a huge fan. So, and obviously, Jeff Lewis listeners go along with Bravo fans, right? A lot of us are watching the same shows and we're all those fans. Anyways, okay, so Jeff brings up something that he says, okay, I want to nip this in the bud. So I was like, ooh, my all ears. I'm like, what? He said that he's hearing, so this must be Reddit, it must be the Facebook groups, people DMing him. I don't know why people would say this stuff publicly on a forum or whatever for somebody to copy and paste, I guess, to send to Jeff and Shane. I do not know, especially 2 months before, but saying that they're going to sneak into the VIP and VVIP things. So there's a couple of things. The welcome party is only if you bought the platinum or the gold ticket. What else is it, Tiffany Chump? The pool party that Joey Salzik is hosting, and then the karaoke party. Wait, is the welcome party? Now I think, I don't know if the welcome party is part of that. Anyways, the 3 events that are definitely only for the VIP and VVIP is the Sunday brunch with Doug Budin, the pool party with Joey Zalzik, and the karaoke with Shane Douglas, right? Is the welcome party part of that? I don't really know. Can't really remember. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tiffany, was it you? No, we can't tase you. Your boobies are way too beautiful. Tiffany Chump says Tiffany Chump is getting tased. What about the caller that called in and was like, I'm going to do it just so I can get tased by you? And I'm like, oh my God, there's definitely people that are going to be like that want to be. I don't know what it should be, but if I spent $3,700 after the taxes and fees for the platinum, whatever the total ended up being for the gold, does anyone know what the gold ticket alone cost after taxes and fees? Because I don't think there's anything, if you bought the platinum, if you bought the gold, you get into everything. That's the good thing, is you don't have to worry about anything. You get into everything. You get the better seating, all that kind of stuff. What, for an event of that cost, it should be something more than just a little band that people can take on and off, right? Because I promise you, I've been to a couple of the VVIP events where we are talking to Jeff and all the whatevers. One of the events for sure, I think it was the Irvine one. It was at this restaurant, which was kind of weird because you felt like a fish in a bubble, because people like in the restaurant, not really roped off or separated. Yet people are looking at us like, who are those people? Why are they taking pictures with like, if they didn't recognize who Jeff and Doug and everyone else was, they're probably like, what is going on there? But definitely people snuck in, because they would tell me. They're like, oh, I snuck in, and nobody would know. Now, the Chumpmas event, I can think, was a back room sort of, and it had kind of this velvet, covering. I don't even remember if we had we probably did. We probably had a different color wristband. But if I spend $3,700, I want a bracelet. I want something I can keep, right? Like even BravoCon gave us like keepsakes. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can get this. Look at this talent. Look at me using my mirror. So this is my general admission BravoCon 3-day pass and once you put it on your wrist, like that's the only thing tiny about me is my wrist. Once you put this on, you could not move it. You couldn't trade it to a friend. You know what I mean? This is my VIP 3-day pass for BravoCon 2023. Again, satin, you couldn't just stretch it, and it had the little nods right there where you couldn't, whatever. But also, they become little collector's items. So I don't know. What would you want for that? You know what I mean? Wait, something, Miss Lupo. Oh, thank you. Gold VIP is $2,760 with taxes and fees. So, okay. Oh, it ended up being more. Okay. So there's only about, after it's all said and done, after taxes and fees, there's only about $1,000 difference between VVIP and VIP. Do they get into like, it's so confusing. I don't even know in my brain if VVIP is the same as VIP, or is it just a different matter of where they sit? Because for $1,000, if I get into everything, or is there some things that VVIP only get into? That's part of the problem. I'm so confused on it all. Oh wait, what? Shan M said someone said it in the comments here about sneaking in the other day. For real? Uh-oh. Is Jeff Lewis watching Reality Water Cooler? Shout out Jeff Lewis. Shout out Shane. Kidding. Seriously. I don't see every comment, but I really didn't know that they said that. Okay. Southern Belle says ChumpCon is for those that can literally burn money unless they go into credit card debt. And that's not true. I will defend people that have let me know that they are choosing to go. It's so fun. It really is. And knowing that it's the first one, we've already had a couple of BravoCons. They have these 90 cons. I'm still waiting for a TLC con personally. I don't know why they haven't had that yet. I love it for people that are choosing to go, whether or not they're going into a little bit of debt, or whether they have the money to burn or not. If they're excited about it, I'm excited for them. You know what I mean? Jet says these events are out of hand now with these prices. Sounds like greed, not fan appreciation. Well, let's be clear. Part of it, I mean, it's a money-making endeavor for sure. It's not for fan appreciation. I mean, fan appreciation, I mean, show up at Century City Mall tonight at 6 p.m. outside of Javier's. You're going to go to the American Girl doll. I mean, there's no secret here that Jeff lets you know where to go for free to see him. He announced today where he's going to be, what time he's going to be there with, his kids. So ChumpCon is not for fan appreciation. It is to make money. One thing I will say, because I have talked to Jeff about why don't you do the virtual option for people? And he says, no, I know I can make money that way. I can probably make a lot more money that way. I really respect that people took time off work. People flew in, people drove in, made a whole weekend of going to ChumpCon. I don't want to make it available for people virtually. What I think he could do, and doing this virtually will kind of be weird because, like, what do you do? Have one camera above it? There's so many chumps there. I mean, 18 to 20 chumps. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm not opposed to that. Krista says we need a tracker on Tiffany Chump. A GoPro, like a tiny, where could we, glasses with no, okay, we're cheating. Never mind. Jeff won't want that. Okay, never mind. I got excited. I just want to see what you're doing. Maybe at the non-ChumpCon events, you can have a little camera. You can go live. You can tell us where you're at. You can tell us what happened. Maybe we'll set that up with Tiffany Chump. That would be fun. If Jeff Lewis agrees, if Jeff is okay with that. Because, I don't know, it's kind of like boots on the ground. You know what I mean? Annette's going to be there with her kids for sure. Anyways, okay. So don't sneak in. You're going to end up getting tased. Jeff probably will kick you out. I have been at 2 different events now where Jeff made it very clear on the radio and afterwards that he didn't like some people's behavior and it wasn't mine. So stop you there. Who is the crazy stalker chump? Because it's not me. Skinny pants. Anyway, so he has made it clear. So I really think they are kind of getting more serious about, he wants chumps to be crazy and have fun and maybe throw up in the aisle, not near them. But I don't think he wants people wiping their hands on Pola 2 or, talking out loud, different things he's kind of seen and complained about. I lived in Calgary. Yeah, nothing is sold out, I'm assuming, because I think he would have said if it had sold out for sure, right? Okay, second hour was Jackie Schimmel and Zach Noe Towers again. I don't know why 2 hours of somebody is a lot. Like, Zach is good at, like, the banter, but I don't know why I don't know. I think I don't know. Is it Friday? I don't know if it's hard to did somebody cancel? Was Zach supposed to always be on? Because I do know sometimes he's just announcing 3 guests and then he'll ask that person to stay on for the next ones. You know what I mean? Vero says, I'm on the website now. Jeff definitely would have told us if the tickets were sold out, I feel like, though. Deja Monet says Jeff should have some separate virtual events for those who are not always available to travel the West Coast. Yeah. I even think if they did like 10, I don't know. See, this is where my brain goes. Like, I've got ideas. If Jeff and Shane or Michael Beck, I've got ideas. I think what is wrong with recording 10 to 15 minutes, not all of it, but say, the middle of the pool party event, or just when Shane sings at karaoke, and stream those things or put those up as a package and then resell that starting the Monday after the event is over. Have show the food that was at the, just give everybody a taste of it and maybe sell that for $20 to $50. I think people would absolutely buy it, right? I don't know. I like the virtual idea part of that for it. You know what I mean? I don't know if he'll ever do a Patreon though. I don't know that he's allowed to do a Patreon with his whatever his contract is. I don't know. I don't know if he wants to hassle with it. I think he's like me and doesn't understand Patreon. And he's like, he doesn't want his people to have to log into one more thing. And you know what I mean? Just keeps it easy. Skinny Pants says he could do filming and then do a Patreon account for access. I mean, there's lots of options, but I think if he wants to keep the integrity and the respect that fans did fly there, first of all, he is, because I feel like it's totally different getting to see Jeff, meet Jeff, look at his shoes, see his demeanor, see how he walks, all the things you want to see, take a picture, take a video of things, make friends. That should be a different price. And it is, versus him selling a virtual ticket. So I don't know. I'm not opposed to him selling a virtual ticket and kind of letting a camera be up, showing everybody. You could even see the fans. We could find Annette. We could find Tiffany Chump. We could find Robin, Yes, Where Are My Keys says, what was up with him saying yesterday that food is now included in one of the buffet packages? That was sus. No, I think he was making sure people knew, which God knows at $3,700 or $2,700, as Annette said, for the gold ticket. I hope food is included for the buffet. I never really thought about it, but what were we supposed to do? Just watch Doug sit there and eat at the brunch? But he was clarifying, I hope people know that they do get lunch, they do get brunch included whenever they go to the Doug Buden thing, which, I mean, chumps don't work. You know what I mean? Jessica says, I don't think Sarah understands how dental hygiene works. I do. I don't understand how veneers work. So $53,000 veneers. I definitely know how dental hygiene works, though. Ask my dentist, ask my orthodontist. I don't know. So Michael Riley says, what's going to happen when SiriusXM doesn't renew his contract? I mean, I assume he could just do a podcast on his own, right? Make tons of money. I have no idea. I think SiriusXM needs him. Thank you, Autumn. She's like, love your podcast. Where Are My Keys says, I thought he was trying to throw it in now because of all the egg on his face. He said all the food included, not just Doug brunch. Oh, wait, what? The whole weekend you get food at events? Oh, I missed that. Did anybody else hear that? Yeah. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Vero says, I'm trying to buy tickets to the after party, and it says it's sold out. The after party is after the live event Saturday night, and that's the one he was saying they're going to have tickets available there to buy in case people make the decision. So if it's sold out, that's actually a good thing. I mean, that means people are already deciding, because you're not going to do the after party. That means you've done the live event and you're doing the after party, which I kind of agree. Why would you do the live event and not the after party? Like, I would want to keep it going too. You know what I mean? Yeah. LTD says, I heard the brunch only. I don't think food is included the whole weekend. That literally adds a whole heck of a lot of more money. And with a bunch of chumps showing up on Ozempic, like, what are they? They're going to have this food. Nobody's going to eat it. Like, no way. Anyways. Okay. We're going to wrap it up soon, but don't forget, if you ever want to come on with a comment or a question, just hit the link at the top, or it is always in the banner that flies around at the bottom there. Okay. So Jackie Schimmel talked a lot about mom, funny stories. They did bring up a reminder. So I did look. I don't normally think to look. Doug Buden is still following Jamie Rubin, and Jamie Rubin is still following Doug. So at least as far as Instagram followers go, Doug likes Jamie Rubin more than he likes me because he doesn't follow me anymore. But there is a good point. They definitely had a falling out. Jamie Rubin was a fan of Jeff Lewis Live. I don't know if she still is, no idea, but she had the idea to do a cooking show on Instagram Live and was doing it with Doug. They either didn't have a great vibe, or maybe Jamie Rubin didn't have a great vibe. Maybe people just wanted Doug. Don't really know. Clearly, Jackie Schimmel sort of got involved with making fun of Jamie Rubin. And, I guess Doug won out because he has the Cooking Kibitz on Instagram Live at Thursdays at 5, just like they always had. So I don't know. Her son Clyde is not walking at 1.5 years old, but he's crawling like a champ. She does bring up nail art. Well, Jeff brought up nail art. Like Monroe is 8. What if she wants a little flower? Like they'll usually get a flower on their thumb or a daisy or a Christmas tree or a pumpkin for I mean, I definitely think little kids, that's okay. I definitely loved when I was a kindergarten teacher. I had just started finally doing shellac and whatever, just because it was easier. And like when I taught them the colors of the week, I had different colors on every nail. They loved that. Like when I taught PE, the 5th grade girls loved, I would ask them, what color nails should I get done next week? But I wasn't really into stuff on my hands as far as like design. I would do my toes. So I would do like orange and black polka dots for Halloween. I would do red or green for Christmas. I'm not that much into the nail art because it costs so much extra. And y'all know I'm cheap as shit. So, but she had strong opinions on the nail art of it all. Cool or campy. They pretty much agreed that anyone over 63 can do nail art. Like you can, if you get a senior discount, you can get nail art. You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Well, just like anything, Southern Belle says, I wonder what's happening in the decline of ratings for Jeff Lewis. I mean, do we know anything about ratings though? I mean, I don't even think Jeff knows. I don't even know what information he gets from ratings. It'd be nice if he got ratings. I mean, even somebody like me with a YouTube, I can publicly look and see how many people viewed my videos. I can look every day and see how many people downloaded my podcast. I mean, I can see if a Monday was bigger than a Friday or bigger than a Wednesday or, a podcast topic. So I can't imagine. I hope what Jeff says isn't true, that he has no information about ratings for his show, because that really would suck. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, there's necessities though. Southern Belle says, Sarah, you're not cheap. You have a house cleaner. Well, that's a necessity though. I mean, I can't change my sheets. That's just too much, just too hard. Sarah Lee says, Ryan was talking about what big studio they built. Call Her Daddy. It's down the hall from Jeff and they still do video. Oh, they do video for Call Her Daddy. But see, they're doing video for Jeff. Okay, are they putting Call Her Daddy up on the SiriusXM app, though? That's what I'd want to know, especially if she's in the LA building with Jeff in that West Hollywood studio. That is interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I would think so, right? Jet says he can definitely see the Spotify and Apple numbers on those shows once a week. But see, it's not him that's putting it up. It's a SiriusXM thing. I think Jeff Lewis has issues, which goes up as a podcast everywhere 2 days a week now. It used to be once. It's 2 days a week now. I think Wednesdays and Fridays, I think. I don't even know that he knows how to do that. I don't know. I don't know who sees that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jay Duffy says some viewers were not nice to Jamie Rubin. Oh, people, that became a whole thing for sure. I mean, Southern Belle says, did I have a nanny? So I was a stay-at-home mom for 14 years and I had help. Like I had 2 different women, amazing women, all elderly. They were always like 60s, like 60 whenever I hired them. But in shape, 60s, and moms. Like one has 6 kids. She now moved to New Orleans, but loved her. And so we had Carolyn and we had Sally. So they helped me, but more so to like take care of the baby when they were home napping, so I could take the other kids out to do like playgroup, dance, ballet, all that kind of fun stuff. And then when I was an elementary school teacher, we hired an amazing girl who was 30 whenever we started with her, when she started with us. And we had her for 3 years after school. So she got my kids at 3:00 and then she stayed till 6:00 every day, until we both got settled and home from work. Anyway, so yes. Wait, what? Jet says, Sarah had help like that movie The Help did. They fix you a chocolate pie. Ew, no. My people loved me. They would not put poop in my pie. Because you know what? I let my help, they were like family for sure. When anyone's taking care of my children, they definitely become like family. they always used my bathroom. That was the problem in the movie The Help, is they wouldn't let them use the people's bathroom. Anyways, okay, what is on tonight? Thursday. I feel like it's something I watch. There's Beverly Hills. Is Orange County? Well, I don't even know what shows are on. New York is. I don't even know what shows are on. Whatever's on, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Anyways, I know. Deja Monet says, I wonder if Jeff knew the video would be ending and that's why he rehired Kian, but hasn't worked out an agreement with Sirius yet. I don't feel like he knew. I feel like he was blindsided. I don't think people like that give you a heads up. I can tell you in the TV world, in the radio world, when somebody is let go, they don't give like 2 weeks notice. They literally say, oh, tonight, and on Monday they've hired someone new and they just present the person. They don't give a big hoopla and to go. You know what I mean? So crazy. I think I'm the only one in the world not watching White Lotus. No interest, no idea what it is. Yeah, LTD says Kian's in a producer role, and Annie is the one that records the videos and stuff. So, yes, Molly says, Molly, what you doing here? I think you hate me, don't you? You always type really rude comments on my TikToks. I see you. Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper's Sirius XM channel is called the Unwell Channel. And I think that's a rebrand, right? I think it used to be Call Her Daddy, and now I'm hearing all the promotion for Unwell. So I think she's literally creating like this umbrella, like a Radio Andy, where he's got a show and she's going to have other people on her show. I don't know. I don't pay attention to Alex Cooper. I just know I've heard the commercials for her being the girlfriend of a football player or something like that. Is that what it's called? Anyways. Okay, well, we are going to be out of here. Thank you so much for joining live on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. If you are listening as a replay, please make sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. Also, make sure to comment. We'd love to hear what you have to say. I'll see you tomorrow at the same place, same time, 4 o'clock Eastern. And on Sunday, for my Instagram subscribers, we will go live on Instagram at 7 p.m. Eastern. So join that if you want. That is $4.99 a month. And I will also be putting up an extra podcast that is a GI nurse practitioner is coming on. So she will definitely know all about Linzess. She's also going to talk hormones and weightlifting, all sorts of fun things. So that podcast will go up Sunday, but it will not be live. Okay. Bye, Chumpettes.